Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another glorious siege battle. Today we are playing Medieval Kingdoms Total War 1212 AD, and the Crusaders find themselves surrounded by the infidel. So yes, we've got an awesome Crusader scenario, and not only is the scenario awesome, but the ending of this battle is so epic. So you guys will definitely need your snacks and drinks. Sit back, relax, and get ready for a glorious, glorious battle. So yeah, I'm super excited to show this one. I am super pumped. So we're going to go ahead and do normal speed here. And let's check out some of these factions. We'll start with the attackers. So on the attacking side, the first army attacking this wall, we have the Sultanate of Rum. And they even have some mercenary Genoese crossbowmen. You traitors! They only fight for the coin. But yeah, they're pretty powerful. Over here, we got two armies attacking this wall. We have the Abbasid Sultanate. And remember, guys, they fleshed out the Middle Eastern factions. So they have a lot more unit diversity, and they're much, much stronger. So Abbasid Sultanate, they've got these really powerful Mamelukes. And then over here, the final attacking army, we have the, I'm going to slaughter this, but the Abbasid Caliphate. So they also have some really, they're even cooler. They've got some Ajab foot Mamelukes. I'm going to slaughter these names. But look at the gold helmets. That's fresh. And you got the chainmail, those cool like buckler type shields. They're really powerful, very nasty. So let's look at who's defending this great city. First army, we have the Holy Roman Empire. This is led by Jackosaurus. I think he's a streamer on Twitch, so I have a link to his Twitch channel. Check it out. He's a really awesome guy. But yeah, he's leading the Holy Roman Empire. Great to have them on my by my side. Over here, I'm leading the Principality of Antioch. I don't think we ever seen this faction before, so yeah, it's cool to play as them. They look really colorful. I was expecting them to look more Crusader-like, or like have the blue and gold Crusader type uniforms, but yeah, they look pretty traditional. They got the like Eastern medieval helmets there. They look pretty sweet. And then of course, finally, we have Mr. Brunswick, who is leading the Kingdom of Jerusalem in Cyprus, and he's got the more traditional, Crusader outfit here, or uniforms. I love, look at these guys. These guys are just a bunch of badasses, man. So sick, so awesome. It doesn't get much better than Crusaders, man. It doesn't get much better. So the battle is underway, and our strategy here is have one player dedicate his whole force in defending against the Sultanate of Rum. We, of course, are going to have two forces here defending against their two forces. We're going to fight for the walls the best we can, and also have archer support supporting our troops on the walls. Another thing I want to mention here, a couple rules. The rules for this battle: max 4 ranged. So max 4, any kind of skirmishing, you can only have 4 of them. 1 artillery, max 2 pikes / halberds. So yeah, that's the rules. Now, unfortunately, one of the players broke the rules. He brought 7 skirmishers. He has 2 crossbows, 2 bows, and 3 horse archers, one of those being the general. It happens. You don't really think about it because they're horse archers, and you're like, oh, they're not archers, but, yeah. But, I was just happy to get this battle. I was just happy to play 1212 AD because it's so difficult trying to get battles for this because it's a mod and not everyone has it. So yeah, we got artillery firing at these archers. They're pushing up about 2 towers over here. He's got some Mamelukes. Over on my side, the player was really smart here, and he's bringing, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 siege towers and a ladder. Not sure what they're doing. They're like spinning all the way around. Siege towers are just so glitchy, and Rome 2 and Attila. But yeah, they're going to go ahead and push up to the walls. I've got quite the challenge. Now, with my force, I am actually bringing a pretty big army, but the quality is not amazing. So I've got these Georgian swordsmen, which are not the best in the world. But I was hoping, if I just hold them in the choke points, if I hold them at breach points, they're going to do fine, as long as they don't get outflanked. And that was my mentality going into this battle. So it looks like we're going to be the first ones to take on the infidel assault here. So we're going to do our best to take it on. Now, over here, the forces are not moving. They're taking their time, which is not a bad idea. Because he is by himself, he's going to take his time. You know, why rush in when you're going in alone? It's not like you're going to be a huge help if you attack at the same time as these forces. So it's not a terrible idea he's waiting over here. Though personally, if I was playing, I probably would be marching in by now because I want to overwhelm the defenders as much as possible. We're shooting artillery at him as well, so we're trying to soften him up from afar. We're also trying to do a cav charge, but look at this. We're trying to charge out our cav, but it's just the gates they won't go through the gate. It's opening, but look, they just like, nah, not gonna go through it. I don't know, it's some weird bug where the cav would just not go through that freaking gate. So we couldn't get the element of surprise. We couldn't sally out and rush his archers down or his artillery or whatever. We just couldn't do it. So that was really frustrating. Really, really frustrating. So back over here, we've got the forces scaling the walls. I sent up one unit of Georgian swordsmen to protect this stairway. So they're going to be, well, they're going to be surrounded, guys. They're going to be surrounded by these Mamluks. And they're going to go ahead and form up here. We've got another group of soldiers scaling the walls as well. You know, jumping off from the drawbridge from the siege tower. And they are going to attack both flanks of my Georgian swordsmen. Get up, man. Get up. Defend these walls. Defend the walls. I've got some reserves over here defending this stairway. I'm now rushing over some crossbows, trying to get them into position to fire at the enemy as they're fighting up on the walls. We have swordsmen over here who are setting up. They've opened up a breach in the walls right here. I've got my Georgian swordsmen trying to defend that. Over here, they actually put a breach in the walls as well, and we're going to use that to sally out. So here comes the epic cav charge. I'm going to follow these cool Crusader-looking soldiers. They're like, charge! So awesome. Charge, man. And he doesn't quite notice it. There we go. Let's see. Oh, right there he notices the cav charge. They've got their shields up. I guess they're encountering some archer fire. My cav's on the flank. Here we go. Push. Oh. There goes that archer fire. We're trying to land a hit here. It just doesn't happen. So he's going to break off. I actually land a charge. Let's go ahead and leave this unit. I actually land a charge on some of his archers, killing these traitor Genoese crossbowmen. So yeah, I get a good hit there. I'm trying to follow these archers, try to get behind them. Okay, so at this point in the battle, I am microing like crazy. Not only am I trying to deal with this, you know, the cav outside the walls, I am also fighting for the walls over here. So I'm managing two battles right now, and that's why my cav is just sitting here like a bunch of idiots. And unfortunately, the enemy pushes up some cav out of nowhere. He's got some deadly Lancer cav with 3 chevrons on them. So my cav gets caught out, and it's just a huge loss, guys. This, unfortunately, was a big mistake. I spent about 600 gold on this cav unit, plus I put a chevron on them. So this is, you know, around 700 gold down the drain. All I did was kill, like, what, 10 archers? That's it. Not worth it. A very poor micro, and you got to watch out for stuff like that. If you're going to do something risky like that, you've got to make sure you manage that cav, and I just did not do that. More Georgian swordsmen holding the line here. Actually, Mr. Brunswick is sending up. He's got some dismounted Templar Knights early period who's sending up, going up the walls here and supporting my men, which is great. Much needed support. But here's the bad news, guys. The enemy is now pushing up archers on these siege towers. He's going to be able to get them on the walls, fire down at our forces, and I so desperately need to kill them. I did sally out there some swordsmen because he had archers over in the breach point. He was trying to shoot through the breach point and hit my infantry, so I wasn't having that. So, yeah. So he actually retreats here, and it looks like he might dedicate some spearmen over to the breach. Let's go see how the Holy Roman Empire is holding up. So you can see that they've taken the walls. Holy Roman Empire He actually, I don't think he put men on the walls, but he is holding the inner streets right behind the wall. He's got some armored sergeants facing against these Mamelukes. It's going to be a tough fight. Those armored sergeants are outmatched. He's got more armored sergeants over here, but look at this, guys. They are getting hit. And this is why you should not let the enemy take the walls here, because they are going to spray down arrows and attack the backs of that infantry, which is no good. Now, of course, Jackosaurus, who is leading the Holy Roman Empire, is going to answer back using his crossbows. He's got Hanseatic infantry he's going to use, which is a crossbow unit, to fire back. Eventually, we turn off fire at will because we like to be very selective with our targets. Maybe he just doesn't realize it yet, but pretty soon he will fire back. There he goes, I think. There he goes. Fire! Oh, yes. Nice. So we got an epic skirmish battle going on. So cool. Okay, so let's go back here, where there's a glorious fight going on. I'm setting up more troops, trying to hold back this breach. I've got crossbows placed pretty close to the breach, firing at their enemy archers who've set up on the walls. So they're doing everything right. They've set this up right. They are attacking with their archers, using the walls against us. We're trying to counter these archers with crossbows on the ground here. They're sending more and more troops. Look at this. They've got another. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's been there. But yeah, they're attacking us on many fronts on these walls, and it's just not looking great, guys. And these guys haven't even moved up yet. They are finally moving up, though. They destroyed some arrow towers. He's going to move up the siege equipment and start to put some pressure on Mr. Brunswick, who is, you know, the Kingdom of Jerusalem, holding them off. But thankfully, Mr. Brunswick is sending over some support, helping me out, and I desperately need it because my forces are getting overwhelmed, and just the quality of troops, it's just not there, you know? The enemy have these Tabaderia Mamluks, or Mamluk Tabaderia. They even got a bunch of them to run down my crossbows. Very, very poor micro on my part. I mean, this whole battle has been a struggle for these Crusaders. And if I didn't show you at the start, but they had about 700 more troops. Now they are just under 1,000 more troops. So they are winning this battle. So far they're winning, and we're putting up a terrible defense. Very bad defense. The gate is being held well, though. That oil always helps. So, and there's some bodies on here constantly spraying blood, which is really disgusting. Look at that. It's like, no, they're dead. Their hearts aren't beating. Blood wouldn't be spraying. It's so gross. It's so gross, you know? But yeah, it's not looking good for the Holy Roman Empire either. He's got troops that are breaking, armored sergeants that just can't hold the line against these Mamelukes, who are just a superior unit. And now he's got troops flanking as well, using the Mamelukes, using these swordsmen. And this is the point, guys. This is the exact moment, a little bit after, but this is the moment when we all agree that we must fall back. There's no way we are going to hold back these troops. There's just too much. They're using the walls against us. Look at, they've got crossbows up here now. They're firing over into the flank of our men. They're firing into the flank of the Templar. It's not looking good. So we have to abandon. And these poor soldiers, I feel so bad. They put nothing, they've showed nothing but honor and bravery, and now they have to, they basically are sacrificing themselves for the greater good. They're putting their lives on the line so they can buy time for the rest of our army to fall back to the safety of the inner streets of the city. Rest in peace, brave soldiers. You will be remembered. You will not die in vain. You will not. So, okay, so now the enemy over here, Sultan of Rum, pouring in his cav. This is very smart from them. They have noticed that we are falling back. Look at this. We got archers in the road here. I'm quickly trying to rush over Italian mercenary to save these archers, but will they get there in time? Let's see. We were all panicking at this moment. We're like, come on, run, defend the archers. And sure enough, they just barely get there in time. And this halberd unit will hold back these troops. Back, you scum. Back. You infidel. So yeah, we're holding them back. And we were able to save the crossbows, who are now retreating safely. And I cannot stress that enough. The importance of crossbows. So important to keep them alive. Because what's going to happen here? Oh, God. Oh, okay. That was a really bad charge, too. I had a unit of Georgian swordsmen trying to flee for their lives to get to the inner city. The streets are all kind of confusing, and they're going the long way around. And this very deadly Lancer cab just evaporated those swordsmen, this poor swordsman. And that's a huge loss. You might think, oh, it's just one unit. But that unit got no kills. And they could have potentially gotten hundreds of kills holding a choke point. So that was a really big loss there. Really unfortunate. Now we have more cav just charging through the streets and trying to run down any units that are out of position. So yeah, what I was saying before, I cannot stress this enough, that archers are going to be absolute key to our successful defense. Our crossbows must survive. If they don't, this battle's over. Because what's going to happen is that we are going to fall back, and they are going to sit back and skirmish us down. So we need an answer for that. We need to have our very own skirmishers to answer back and skirmish them down. It's like, oh, okay, you want to sit there? Oh, nice little charge there by the cav. I am retreating my halberds back to try to protect them. But it's like, yeah, you want to sit there and, you know, skirmish us? Well, we're going to skirmish you right back. And that's why we got to keep our skirmishers alive. Also sent in my general here, the Prince of Antioch, to deal with the enemy cav, which is actually breaking. That's great. He put a lot of money in this cav. Very expensive cav, 3 chevrons. It's great to see him breaking already. But yeah, we're trying to get these archers out of here. The problem is that the streets are so tight. The streets are so tight. The pathfinding's difficult, and it's chaos. It's chaos trying to get. It's a chaotic logistics here, trying to get these units back into the inner streets. We also have the marketplace here. If they capture this location, it will increase the morale of the enemy forces. So we didn't want to give it up so easily. We are sending forces over here. I've got the dismounted Antiochian knights. Look at these guys. They look awesome. You are the Knights of Antioch. Moving into position. We will not give up this spot so easily. Let's watch the charge here from their point of view. Right through the market, guys. Right through the market. Look at that. You got the monastery-looking building in the back. It looks so epic. And here comes the other unit charging into my knights. So we're putting up a good fight. But these Mamelukes are tough. So I decided to move up my Italian mercenaries to aid the swordsmen in this struggle, because we cannot give up this location. So here we go, sending up reinforcements. Let's go ahead and look around though, see what else is happening. Mr. Brunswick is setting up a solid defense against the smaller monastery. This is Big Daddy Monastery. This is Little Daddy Monastery. We're setting up our defense here, and we're pretty much falling back to the very keep of the settlement, basically. Now, of course, we are putting up resistance outward, like right here. This is a pretty good situation because we can focus down some of their infantry. And like I said, guys, the archers are key, and I'm not afraid of their infantry. I'm not. Now, the Mamelukes are tough, but I know that we have the advantage of choke points. We have Templar. We have halberds. If we can hold them off and kill their archers, we're going to win this battle. We are certainly going to win this battle. Another thing I need to mention that I forgot to mention in the beginning of the battle is that there was an hour-long timer. We didn't mean to leave that on. We like to have unlimited time. But this battle will, there's an hour-long timer, so they have to beat us in an hour. So I guess the scenario is that, we have to hold for an hour, and then reinforcements will arrive and we'll be saved, right? So it's either completely destroy their forces, or hold for an hour, or we will be destroyed by them. So we'll see what happens. Nice little cav charge here. Kind of risky, though, charging into my mercenaries. Now they're firing archer or arrows overhead. We've got our crossbows in the back trying to support them. You know, trying to silence their archers. He's going to go ahead and charge out of there. I don't think he... I mean, I don't know. That's a silly charge there. Oh. Come on, mercenaries. Hold. More archers flying over, going after my crossbows. I'm going to answer back, though. Fire back, man. Fire back. Let's see if we get some good hits here. Not really. Man, crossbows were really struggling in this. I don't know if they, like... Oh, my God. Look at all those arrows. I don't know if they nerfed the crossbows, but they just weren't doing great. So, here's the situation. This is really bad. He's got cav on the flank. He can run down this city street and get behind our troops holding the marketplace. So, I've got a unit of swordsmen here just kind of watching, preparing. They're high period, so they need to hold here and do their best. And at this point, I was like, you know what? This isn't worth it. It's not worth it because I need to keep my halberds alive. I need them for the final stand. So that's when I told Jack, I was like, look, man, we need to just get out of here. He, I think, is sacrificing his soldiers here. I was actually able to get my knights out of there with pretty healthy numbers. I mean, they were the ones fighting these guys. And we were close to breaking them. He's trying to get them out now, but it might be a little too late. But, hey, all the... Well, oh, God. Well, he's going to sacrifice this unit. Rest in peace, Holy Roman Empire. But yeah, we're trying to save as many. Every single person matters in this defense at this point. Because look at the balance of power. Oh my God, look at the difference in numbers, guys. This is going to be a desperate last stand. And so far, we've put up a really crappy defense. We held off some cav over here. I've got my other mercenary, Italian mercenaries holding. I can't really leave them in the open here because very wisely the enemy is trying to skirmish down our halberds because that's their weakness is archers. So I'm going to have to run them to the side here and constantly look out if they're going to send reinforcements over. But we're not going to completely break over here. We're trying to spread out our forces a little bit because it is really bad to clump up all of our troops in one area because the archers, right? If we're all clumped up, the archers are going to have a field day shooting us down. So that's why we're holding this area as well. And it's very conveniently connects to the, you know, the capture point, the victory point. So we can easily retreat and get over here. My artillery is firing. I made sure to turn off fire ammo because I don't want to burn my own city down and hurt my teammates. That would be bad. We got more cav charging in. I'm not really worried about them. They're depleting, so... But I will send in my halberds just to save them. Damn you, Lancer Cav. God, that was good. I didn't notice that the first time, but that charge was brutal. Now, I probably lost a lot of men there from a depleted breaking unit. That's how tough that shock cav is. I mean, they obliterated, if you remember earlier in the battle, they obliterated my Georgian swordsman. There we go. Get behind the building. Get to safety. Screw that cav. That was nasty. Moving up some crossbows to try to fire back at their archers. And again, guys, this is where things get tough. This is where things slow down. We got to focus on their archers. And if you look, they got one here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A lot of these guys haven't even used a single volley, haven't even used a single bolt here. Those crossbows. You got one over here. It's a madhouse full of archers, and we just got to be smart about it. And we were very disheartened at this point of the battle. We were like, I don't know, guys. I think we lost it. I think it's over. But we couldn't give up. Of course we weren't going to give up. We were just disheartened. Don't worry, we didn't show the troops, okay? We didn't tell the troops this. We made sure their morale was high. We were like, troops, we can win this. We can win this. Just work together. But my crossbows are getting slaughtered. That's okay, though. That's not terrible. Because, oh, that guy just got shot right in the forehead. Look at it. Oh. That's okay that they're getting shot. It's okay that they're using their ammo on our archers instead of our infantry. That's what we want. Even artillery is being shot at our archers. And unfortunately, my crossbows break here. They still have a lot of ammo too, so that's no bueno. That is no good. We got more forces coming around the flank. And at this point, they're just setting up their troops. Or they're pushing in the center. Look at this. My halberds are ready to hold against these Mamluks. So yeah, halberds holding the line. He's sending in more troops, and this is the perfect scenario. This is what I was talking about earlier. These halberds are too good. They're too important to lose so early on, and that's why I retreated them to this spot. So a gruesome fight here. Gruesome fight. But it's a fight we're winning. We've got crossbows over here supporting my halberds, firing at their archers. Yes! Finally, we're doing some damage. But again, like, it seems strange. Like, look at the armor on these guys. It's very light armor, but the crossbows are doing nothing to them. Like, sure, some have died, but you'd think they would be wiped out in a couple volleys. Crossbows need to be more deadly in this game. And that's why we invested so heavily in crossbows. And we were severely disappointed. There we go. We're breaking them here. That's great. My halberds are still over 100 strong. And that's what it's all about. Now we've got Mr. Brunswick. He's got some Templar Knights holding the line against these Mamelukes. Charging in. Doing as much damage as possible. I'm going to go ahead and prepare a second line of defense. Just setting up my troops here. I've got my Antiochian Knights. The battle over here, like infantry-wise, has not begun, but they are setting up their infantry. They've got the Genoese crossbows firing at our troops. So things are getting pretty difficult. Unfortunately, these Templar Knights, they most likely need to hide behind a building until they're needed. So like I'm doing with my halberds. Oh, but they look sick though. Look at that. Oh, they look very sick. Very, very awesome. These soldiers. That's a cool shot right there. So another wave of troops coming in. This is exactly what we want. Spears going into the fight against my halberds. My halberds are still 100. Okay, now they're 99 strong. But still, they're still very healthy numbers. And I think I've gotten my money's worth with them. But I need more than that. If we're going to win this battle, I need more. These brave troops must hold and kill wave after wave of enemy forces. The crossbows are counting on them on holding. Thankfully, their ammo is gone. So we stop firing at them. There's no need to waste ammo on archers that have no ammo, excuse me. Archers who have no archers. Archers who have no arrows. Don't worry about them. They're not going to be good in melee. They're virtually useless. They're just cannon fodder at this point. And here we go. We got a fight over on this side. Look at this. The Templar hold. They hold the streets. Horde of forces trying to break through. Remember, they got to get to us before an hour. They've got to get to us. I'm setting up some of my halberds. They're 94 strong. Move the halberds up. I'm here to support Mr. Brunswick. There's no better unit that can hold a choke point than a halberd or a pike. So that's why I'm sending them into the mix. And these Templar, man, look at them. Fighting their hearts out. Holding this street. Hold the line. You must hold. They're just trying to break through our troops. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Over here, unfortunately, the Templar are losing numbers, getting hit by the enemy crossbows. And look, they're just right up there. These guys have ammo, right? Oh, yeah, they do. Oh, my God. They have like 90% ammo. That's really bad. Oh, no. That is unfortunate. I think Mr. Brunswick is focused on defending this side of the battle. So he's losing a lot of troops here to archer fire. Oh, God, retreat, men, retreat. Please get behind something. But I mean, we're fighting on so many fronts that you know, managing it's tough. And we're losing a lot of soldiers there from those crossbows. But we're doing well over here. We're holding back the Mamluks. Again, these Crusaders fighting their hearts out every single spot. Every spot. They are going beyond the call of duty because they're fighting for their citizens who are in the town. They're fighting for their lives. They're fighting for God. Deus Vult. Also, now we've got horse archers who dismounted. Turkmen horsemen. Turkmen horsemen. So again, remember how he had 7 archers? Yeah, it's going to be a real pain. These 7 archers are going to rain down hell on my guys. And my troops are down to 73. They have 1 chevron. I don't think I put that chevron on them. I'm going to have to retreat them quickly. Run before the next volley comes. Get them behind the safety of this wall. And we're going to let the crossbows do the work. I got to watch this, though, because I got to quickly move them back if they charge forward. Let's go back over here. Well, thankfully, the enemy ceased fire, now pushing on these troops. But these troops are so depleted. I'm sending in my artillery crew. They used up all their ammo. Hold the line. He's now moving over some, looks like some halberds. I love the halberds. Look at these guys. For the Kingdom of Jerusalem. They look so cool. But yeah, they're getting into position to support these Templar who have already have lost so many brothers. Hold this line, men. Over here, we are winning, but we're also losing. We're taking casualties. I think I pulled my halberds out. Yeah, I'm moving my halberds back because again, same mentality. Unfortunately, getting hit with arrows. Oh, this poor soul. Look at him. I will miss my family. Blah. Okay, so he's gone. That's unfortunate. That was really dark. But yeah, I'm moving back my mercenaries because they are desperately needed for the final stand. The halberds are desperately needed. They hold so well. And god damn those archers. Damn them, man. They're killing my troops, shooting at their backs. But I would do the same. I expect nothing less. It's just unfortunate. So Mr. Brunswick will not give up this position so easily. His troops are thinned, but they're putting up a good fight. It really sucks I had to leave my halberds, but I just feel like the halberds just can't die yet. They are needed. They're needed elsewhere. Both my halberds very, very depleted, but as long as they can form a solid line, they've got it. And look at this, Mr. Brunswick, he doesn't mess around, man. He's like, no, I'm not going to sit back here and let my troops get shot at. He is sallying out from the inner defense and going after these spearmen. Look at this, they're exchanging some words like screw you, infidel. And then they're like, screw you, infidel. And now they're charging in. So I guess he wanted that shield wall. This is now they're especially exchanging words. Look at this. There we go. Now the fight begins. Crossbows opening fire. So yeah, he's holding the street. And he can, because there's no way they can get behind him. There's no street to get behind them. So they can hold here easily. And it's buying my halberds some time to rest up. And they are exhausted. Look, they're exhausted. So it's really important to keep your troops fresh. There we go. We're breaking more archers. Slowly but surely, we're cutting down their archers. Back over this way. We're still fighting the good fight against these Mamluks. We got archers accidentally going in. It was really buggy. Like, the archers wanted to charge in, even though he was telling him to fire at these guys. So it was really, I guess they weren't close enough. But there we go. We're breaking them now. So we're still holding on the flanks. There's still hope. Unfortunately, the Crusader, the Templar fell. They fell and they couldn't hold any longer. And now the infidel is charging through. The Muslim faction's charging through. And I say infidel, guys, as a role-playing aspect. All right, just want to make that clear. Role-playing here. I'm playing as the Crusaders. That's why I'm calling them the infidel. All right, chill. All right. So these Crusaders still holding strong, but it's only a matter of time until they fall as well. And this, the Small Daddy monastery will soon be lost. And very wisely, he is falling back his halberds as well. So again, we've got to fall back the halberds. We got to save the halberds because they are needed. I'm resting these guys up. They are tired. How are these halberds? Are they tired? Good. They're recovering. They're no longer exhausted. They're just tired now. The Templar are kicking ass over here. Oh, yeah. Holding back the enemy. Holding them back. Okay, this was a big mistake on my part. So what happened here is, you see how my soldiers are so moved up? Well, because the reason they charged forward, because I never want to leave this area right here, but the reason they left is because they were attacking us, this sword unit, and since they're retreating, they were chasing them. So now my swords are way out of position, and now we have cav charging in. This is the kind of mistake that will destroy your chances of victory. This was stupid on my part. You've got to watch out. I need better awareness, and because of that, they're dead now. They're down to 50. They're wavering. They're broken. Just a waste. They could have gotten hundreds of more kills, and now they're gone. Because of my stupidity, I feel ashamed. Ashamed. So more and more force. Look at this. Look at the amount of troops. So if we look at the kills now, it's a little bit better than before, but they've got 3,500. We have 2,000. They outnumber us by 1,500. Look at this. Now, Brunswick, he especially doesn't want to give this location up. He's now sending in his halberds to support his Templar. It's a deadly, deadly fight for these walls. It's actually working out nicely. Why am I putting my halberds right here? My halberds are breaking. I don't know why I put the... Oh, I know why. I know why. So in this situation, Brunswick was really, really worried that they were going to send their cav through this gap right here. So that's why I sent up the halberds. My halberds are down to 34 men, and they're getting hit constantly by arrows. Halberds, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. They're already breaking. It's really tragic. Really tragic. So again, once again, the skirmish battle is underway. Once again, this is what the enemy does. They sit back, they skirmish us, then they charge in, and then repeat, and then repeat. So we're just trying our best to match their archers and to get them off the battlefield. They are starting to run out of ammo. So the faster they run out of ammo, the faster they run out of options. And then we can, all we have to worry about is holding against infantry. And we can do that. You've seen us do that. The Crusaders can hold against these guys. But mixed in with the archers, it's difficult. So we're just praying that they run out of ammo soon. And again, these Crusaders continue to fight their hearts out, to fight to the bitter end. These troops are exhausted. They've been fighting almost for an hour, probably, more in real life. We're talking about a real siege. Just how exhausting the heat and wearing all that armor and holding back such a large force here. Look at these Crusaders go, man. They are probably going to lose, but they've killed a ton. There we go. Cav moving out now. We made sure we followed that cav. We were checking out what they were doing. Seems like he's sending cav over to support this front. We even have some Mamluk Tabaderia. These guys are nasty. This is the kind of heavy infantry that I am terrified of, because they can slice through defenses with those big old axes. So we have to watch out for that. Once again, we're still holding over here. The crossbows, trying to kill as many as possible. They are running out of ammo. The Gulam foot guards are out of ammo. They're now sending up some long spears, some pikes. Or no, those are long spears. They're not quite pikes. And here we go. The fight has begun on this side. And this is, we do not break. There's no more retreating. This is it. No matter what happens, we do not retreat. We hold all the spots here, here, and here. We hold. Now we have cav charging in. Look at this. He's using his shock cav, which is fairly effective of disrupting this formation. Shaking the earth. But then the Crusaders must hold. They must. We've had the Tabaderia flanking around as well. We have, look at this, the Holy Roman Emperor is charging in to counter the enemy cav and to support the Templar. They have to, they have no choice. Hold against this cav, damn it. Hold. Here comes the Tabaderia. And the cav decide to fall back. They decide to get out of there. Here's my halberds. So glad I saved them. Halberds are joining the fight again. They're down to 56 men, but god damn it, they'll hold. God bless their souls. God bless them. And look at this. Look at this. The Templar stand victorious. They break the spears. The spears are out of there and we're firing right at their backs so they know never to return. We've got some depleted Mamluks. We were fighting them earlier. We broke them. They returned. But the Templar, man, they did great. They did great. I can't believe they survived. I mean, they were fighting a force that was like 2-to-1, like outnumbered. And they held on. Some of them are throwing up. Do you hear that? Oh, they're so exhausted. They're throwing up. Like, blah. Did you hear that? That was cool. I've never actually really heard that from exhausted troops. That's pretty sweet. So now they're going to fall back. They're going to retreat and go back to the safety of the hill. My halberds, they're still holding. They were breaking, but they've got 18 men. 18 men. But god damn it, they will hold. They will hold against the enemy. There we go. Halberds still holding over here. We're breaking them over here. Just trying to buy time, guys. Remember, we just have to hold out for an hour. And it's looking grim. So let's look at our reinforcements. We have one fresh swordsman over here. Order swordsman. We got my general. We've got my crossbows who will not fire from over here, which is really frustrating. I have a fresh unit of one of my best units, dismounted Antiochian Knights. They've seen some action, but they're still fairly healthy, relatively speaking, you know, compared to the other forces. And they're ready to reinforce this side whenever they need to. General moving up over here. We're holding. We're holding. Once again, guys, it never ends. More crossbows moving to this front. They will not give up on this center position, and I don't blame them. But yeah, he's moving over crossbows. Those Genoese, too. It sickens me. It makes me sick. Makes me so sick. This is looking really bad. Unfortunately, the Holy Roman Empire, their sergeants are breaking here. So I am having to commit my final infantry reserve. This is the final infantry here, guys. I'm going to send them in. I've got to. I have to hold back these enemies. We cannot break here. We can't break anywhere. Look, we even have crossbows in the front line. Taking on Cav again. The Cav doing cycle charges. Hold the line, damn you! I love it so much, man. I love Medieval Kingdoms. It's so great. I love seeing these knights in action. So there we go. Genoese crossbows setting up. Setting up. God, I hate them. I hate them. And we've got these spearmen moving up. Long spears. Fresh troops. Haven't seen any action. Zero. About to take on our forces. Unfortunately, the Templar here are getting hit by arrows. They're at 83 strong. I've got my 18 halberds. It's rough. Honestly, he should probably just charge with the Templar, because that would cause friendly fire if they kept firing at him. But it seems like he's pretty content in sending up these. Oh, nope, he's holding them. And the Templar are down to 82 men. Still a pretty healthy number. We break them over here. We hold the flank against the very powerful Tabaderia. Very nice, very nice. But they're not done yet. They're not done yet. I mean, look at all their reserves. It's still dangerously close. We hold. We hold, damn it. Thanks to the reinforcements over here, we're breaking a lot of the enemies. But again, they still have fresh reserves. Spears, swords that haven't seen any action. Very healthy numbers. We got these guys over here, 147. 147, that's insane. They've got so many reserves. Look at this, all these troops over here. More troops who haven't seen any action. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. There we go. The spears actually charge against the Templar. I'm now moving in my 18. No, make that 13. Oh, but did they break? Oh, they broke. My halberds broke. I can't blame them. I really can't. They fought hard and they just couldn't fight anymore. And now the Templar are just holding. We need more troops over here. Now, thankfully, Mr. Brunswick has some halberds of his own. 96 strong. He's going to save them. He's going to save them. Oh, no, the Templar are breaking. They've just seen so much and they fought so long. And they're like, how many more are there? How many must we kill? There's just too many. Tragic, tragic. Oh, wait, they recovered, though. They stopped breaking. Over this way, my soldiers still hold here. And here we go. Here's our chance to slaughter these traitors, these Genoese crossbowmen. Yeah, throw them into the fight. I will gladly kill them. Now we're holding here. Got a fresh unit of Order Swordsmen. So he sent the Order Swordsmen over there. More cav coming in. I told you, they'll never let up. Hold the line, men. Not a great charge. I think the men were in shield walls, so they couldn't get a ton done there. And we also have the Prince of Antioch, my general. Still completely healthy, has 50 men in his unit. He already saw some action. Remember, he charged in protecting the artillery or archers or something like that. He's seen action, but not much. But he's going to have to join the fight soon. And here we go. More men. Look at now we're just sending in crossbows. The Hanseatic infantry, not a terrible unit to charge into melee. They're pretty versatile. Now, they're not as good as the standard, infantry. But we have no choice. We have to send in our crossbows. That's what it's coming down to. I still have my crossbows up here trying to support them. Trying to fire down at their crossbows. We have to hold, man. We have to hold. Damn these Genoese. Damn them. Now we have a general over here. We got the Capiculu Silatar. And we're now focusing fire on his general. Lots of breaking going on. So Mr. Brunswick, leading the Kingdom of Jerusalem, has to commit his halberds to reinforce this line. Hold them back, the bastards. Hold them back. We also have a general over here. This is the Ayyubid Sultanate. The general is now throwing himself into the battle. That's a good sign. That means they're running out of troops. That means they're having to commit, like, desperately in their general. My general is nearby as well. I was thinking about countercharging and trying to balance this fight, but the men are doing well. I don't need to do that. Oh, but what's this? What's this over here that you see? This is a Mamluk bodyguard, an archer unit, general, that's going to now run to the walls and set up on the walls and fire at us. So I'm now focusing my crossbows over here and trying to kill that general. Trying to kill him. Thankfully, because of Brunswick's halberds, we are holding quite effectively here. Oh man, did I see a crossbow unit just fire point blank? That was amazing. I even have some swordsmen in here. I think what I did is remember the swordsman I charged in over here? I actually took him out of this fight because this is looking great. I mean, we're killing 2 archer units and artillery crew. We don't need a lot of men here. So I peeled them out of this fight and I put them in this fight. That's why I have swordsmen over here now. 51 men. I mean, that's pretty solid. Because they're attacking us the most with the strongest force in the center. So we must reinforce it. Oh, God. Well, look at this. More troops closing in. Yes, they're depleted. Yes, they've already broken. But what forces do we have here? We've got nothing. We've got archers and we have a swordsman. Order swordsmen that are down to 108. It's a decent force. But we're running out of men on this flank, and they just keep hammering us like ocean waves on a rock cliff shore. And we've now, me and the Holy Roman Empire, we both agreed we've got to send in our generals. That's it. We dismounted them. We're sending them in. We must hold. Take a shot every time I say must hold. God. Holding them back. Deus Vault, boys. Deus Vault. We fight for the Pope. We fight for God. Still holding them back over here as well. The archers laying down suppressing fire still. They still have about, what, 10% ammo? Maybe a little less, like 7%. So they're almost out of ammo, which is great. Fall back, men, fall. Oh, he accidentally sent in his crossbows. Yeah, the crossbows were acting weird. It was hard for them to fire back. They often, like, what happens is, like, you put them right here, you tell them to attack, and then they charge in. Like, what are they doing? I don't know. I've got my last swordsman unit, shield wall, sitting back there as a reserve, keeping them fresh. The halberds are slaughtering this force, but there's still, look at this, there's still healthy units over here. Still a ton of healthy units that he just hasn't moved in yet. There we go. We break them. We break them in the center. But we keep holding on. But we know it's not over. And the crossbows firing at the backs of these troops. Oh, yeah. Look at that. The crossbows. Oh, this is so badass. The crossbows who were fighting in melee had like a couple more volleys left in them. So as they ran away, they shot them point blank. And now they're breaking. And I was like, no, I'm not going to let this happen. I'm not going to let these units sit here while wavering while they have the archer support. So what I decide to do is I charge in my infantry. I'm like, I'm going to break these guys once and for all. Get them out of here. Get these bastards out of here. Oh, this guy just took off his head. Oof, there we go. I break him and I'm going to fall back to the safety of my troops. But these crossbows, man, they've been racking up kills. And look at this. Damn general. Just having a field day. Just sitting here shooting at our troops. And I have been trying to shoot him the entire time. Since I saw him running down the road and getting up on the wall, I've been focusing down my crossbows on him, and I haven't killed a single one. Our bolts are just ricocheting off his armor, which is a joke. Bolts, crossbows are deadly. They pierce armor. But they're just ricocheting off. Look at. Finally, we're starting to kill him. We killed one. What the hell? It's crazy. Just crazy. Our generals are holding on. My general still has 43 men. Jackosaurus, who's leading the Holy Roman Empire, has 33 men. It was really risky to send in our generals because if they die, it could be a chain rout. It could be the end. Look at these knights, man. Look at this guy. That's awesome. That's so cool. Let's see if I can find. Is that the general right there? Holy crap, man. Look at that crown on this guy. That guy looks so badass. That's intimidating. I gotta find my general. So his general's in the front line fighting like a hero. Is this my general? No, he's not fancy enough. It could be him. I'm actually not quite sure where he is. That could be him. No, I don't know. He looks like a standard soldier. I don't know. He's somewhere in there. But yeah, we're breaking these Mamluks. The generals are holding. We're fighting the good fight over here. He sent up some spears, but he's really taking his time, which is fine by us. We're holding him back over here as well. Nice. Well done. Well done. And they're starting to waver over here as well. I mean, not exactly, but they're so depleted that they should waver at any time. The general used up all of his ammo. Now he's going to charge him into melee. Trying to break our forces. But we have been holding for so long, guys. It's insane. It is insane. Everything they throw at us, we held. We held our ground. But they still have fresh troops over here. He's got to quickly send them in. Hold the line. My halberds, who have been fighting this whole time, finally break. Very sad to see 20 halberds break like that, but they've killed so many. They did all that they could. We've got generals. Look, now we have Mr. Brunswick dismounted his general. He's about to charge in. We have all 3 generals fighting against their general, because that's why he sent him over here, because of the enemy general. He's charging in, reinforcing the lines. Our generals, mine's down to 22. The Holy Roman Emperor is down to 14 men. Oh, damn it. Oh. And yes, we did it. The reinforcements arrived, and they didn't have enough time. So the battle timer ran out. Would they have won the battle if there was no timer? It's tough to say. Very possible. But we still have a lot of troops, and we recovered nicely. I highly recommend you watch this battle live on my Facebook page, because I did stream this live. When we finished the battle, we were like, yes! We were all cheering. We were so into it. We started off so poorly in this fight, and it ended so well. It's just a miracle. We turned it around. Deus Vult. All right, so let's end the replay. Look at the results here. So, Georgian swordsmen, garbage. I will never get them again. My halberds did great. My Antiochian knights did pretty solid. My crossbows, some of them doing well. Cav getting 35 kills, which isn't terrible considering what happened to him. But yeah, it was mostly my halberds and my crossbows getting these kills. I didn't do great in this battle. Brunswick did pretty solid with this Templar. His crossbows did well, and his halberds did pretty great as well. Ooh. And the halberdiers, there's the halberds. He only had 1 halberd. They got 311 kills. And here's Jackosaurus. His crossbows, 407. 407. That's where he really did well with those soldiers, man. They did great. Some of his sergeants did pretty well. But yeah, I mean, it was tough. Here's the kills on the other team. I mean, look at the kills here. 239, 208. People complain that the Middle Eastern units aren't as good, but they are plenty good. Look at these kills. Insane amount of kills. Got a ton. So, and also, look at Sultanate of Rum. He did not rush in. He had 1,000 men left. He should have rushed in and tried to overwhelm us. But, yeah, so that would have been the situation. They had about 1,000 men. 1,000, like 700. We would have had, like, just under 1,000. So it would have been a close finish. But hey, the reinforcements arrived and we did it. So that's going to wrap it up, guys, for this battle. It was really fun. It was really epic. I hope you guys enjoyed every moment of it as I did. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.